so I guess we're live. Let's put on some Sharo because that's the only musician that hasn't tried to claim me yet. Now that's a very that's an interesting premise. I guess I'll need to check that out later, but for now, let's just put on some music. Yeah, let's do. What's this? 223. Hell yeah. All right. We got the mic, we got display, audio seems nice. Let's get this guy on the road. Let's get the stream rolling. And also, I'll just look at chat over here. Do I pop it out? There we go. And then if I close this streaming tab, would it close my chat also? Oh, it does not. Nice. Okay, that works. So I just pin it here, drag click on the way. Oh, that's very nice. That's actually pretty nice. All right, so I guess we're alive then. Whoa. Okay. I've been trying so hard not to dox myself while streaming. Okay, now let's send an Instagram story to say that I'm live. Oh yeah, I need to paste the link too, don't I? Yep, sorry guys. Please wait just a moment. Kosuke. Oh, sorry about that. Here we go. Let's hit copy link. And then hit a story by. Let's choose the Miku I just drew yesterday. Why not? And then hit a sticker. Oh crap. And then we'll say live now. Yes, sir. And now let's see if it leads me there. Visit link. Okay, we are so on. We are so on right now. All right, that's good. Whoa. That's good. Okay, lower. Yes, this is my official Wi-Fi's name. Come on, cut me some slack. I'm just a big fanboy, right? Okay, let's wait first. I gotta turn on my tour box driver and make sure I can turn off all of these things so that I won't dox myself. Yeah. Oops. Yeah, I still haven't tried out that the dynamic color picker from Tourbox. You know, one day. One day I'll get there. One day I'll be a good painter, a good enough painter to actually know how I can benefit from that function. Okay, so yeah, let's warm up with some very light sketching, primitive shapes, lights. I'll retitle the stream, yeah, to skip the like setting up fade. So like skip to what, 10 minutes? Why not 10 minutes? And then even one of these. Let's do spinning star. Why not? Yep. I don't think I've been live for 10 minutes though. How long have I been live for? 5. Okay, so let's make that 5 long. let's make that 6. Okay, yeah, that's good. That's good measure. Okay. Now I just shut up and draw. If I see your chat pop up over here, I'll respond. But yeah, no, I'm just gonna draw. He might just be. Is he? He is. He is really the GOAT. I'm doxing myself. Okay. Hey Arcus, how's it going? Nice. Isn't it like late over there? Or we're staying up late as normal? Just like this. Let's scooch up just a little bit. Yep, that suddenly makes a lot of sense now. So I'll just keep doing that. This works. What the hell? Yes, something like that. Yeah, these look fine, I think. Yeah, I mean, it's just a drill. Let's keep going. Today, we're gonna do some well, let's first start with some torso practice. Let's check out the OBS. We're still streaming? Yes, we are. Okay. Let's see. Let's do 10 of these. Why not? Two big butts. sixth one and we'll be done. That's good. And yeah, so 30-second torso, these pretty good. Let's do 1 minute next. Damn, 1 minute is also the amount for these pros. Did that pose, or I did this pose. It's too complicated. Turn these minutes. List. So theoretically, two sides. This way the cruise is here. So theoretically, things like that. And this should be like this. It should look like that, I think. Yeah. That looks somewhat believable, I think. So in theory, when it's pushed together, when they're pushed together, then it's like this, because it's pushed together like that, or something else. So there's no reason for it to be this gap here. It would rather be this. Yeah, I'd say it's probably just called the mannequin or something like the base drawing, the mannequin, anything of that nature of words, I'd say. Or if you're talking about like this thing, then it's called gesture drawing because it depicts the gesture of the pose. So it's either one of those two. Yeah, if you're talking about this, it's called gesture. Gesture drawing. So basically, just putting down the most interesting flows, you know, like interesting to you. Not, it doesn't necessarily have to be the accurate line or form. So, for example, a stickman like this can be a gesture because it would say it would serve as a blueprint for us to work right on top of it. So it's just like the general feeling we're aiming for. So I can use this as my, you know, like direction for how I orient, you know, like the body parts. Right? So they usually don't have to directly participate in, you know, like making the final form. They're more or less just there to, you know, like guide us in, you know, like which direction the pen should go, basically. Yeah, let me just do this one quickly, and then we can lay it on top of the other one, show you what I mean. So let's just say it's like this first, right? And then let's do some basic faces on here. So let's do this. That's probably too small of a head, but well, it would look more realistic than anime, I guess. Then in that case, I would move the face up, and then let's just say her hair is fairly simple like this. And then finally some like this. Alright, so let's say this is my final gesture. Well, my sketch, right? So when we first had this one over here, because, you know, we saw that I drew that first, then if we lay this over here, right, like you can see the blue line aren't really like, you know, like lining up with the base, you know, like flows. So yeah, they're more or less just like general direction guidelines, you know, for us to kind of have an idea of what's going on because, you know, like a lot of people, when they look at a figure like this, then, you know, they might come in there and you know, have like the line of action doing this and then a counter line of action doing that. So that's another way we can do that. But for example, my original gesture here is more like stickman based, right? So it's more like an S and then this one instead of, you know, having this one and then like having the head and the torso and, you know, like being counterbalanced like this. So it's very subjective to each artist how they do their gesture, but yeah, basically again it's just a very quick generalization of what you want to draw, and there's no right way to do it. Yeah, but only thing I'd say is that a lot of people get stuck on, you know, like doing a sketch. Like people usually get too attached to a sketch drawing. So that's why, you know, when doing gesture, you know, I usually recommend everyone going as flowy as possible, and then, you know, give us that kind of way out to like not being too um overly attached, being precious towards their drawings, things like that. Because a lot of people, like already at the sketching phase, get really, really precious and defensive towards, you know, like protective towards your drawings. When in reality, a sketch is just a sketch, and usually we want to have like at least 3 to 4 sketches anyway for each project, like each piece, each drawing, each time. So yeah, because a lot of people might come in there and then, you know, like for drawing a face, they might go like, okay, so I'm sketching a face, so you know, do this kind of anime but also Loomis thing. And, you know, they might go in there and do something like that. Like that is not gesture. Gesture, for example, let's say I want to draw an angry face, then I would go in there and do this first. So like a very basic angry face, and then I feel like, okay, maybe I want to like crook the mouth the other way to make this character really angry, and maybe even like that, scrunching up the eyebrows, right? So yeah, like that's the gesture. So like the feeling of the drawing we want uh, in the most cartoonish, scribbling way possible, and then we take that, and then we can slowly, you know, like put guidelines on there and kind of develop like, okay, so what would that look like if we try to push that onto like an actual structure. So I take it and do something like this, and then again, since the eyebrows kind of look like this, I can kind of guess the center of the face would be here, and the front plane would look like that. So the front plane would be a little wider since it's anime. And the cheek would be like that, so the jaw would be like that, so the ear can be like that, and then the neck, and then, you know, like we just keep going from here. So I'm using a face just because, you know, like a face is very few people love drawing faces. So now I can feel like, okay, if I push my mouth up here, that's way too cartoonish. Maybe we don't want to go for that. So I still keep it crooked, but I push it down here. And then, you know, put in the eye structure. And then, that. How about that? So now flip, I check. I feel like the mouse still not quite it, so maybe I do it up here. Maybe the cheek is too cheeky right now, so probably I'll do something like hold that cheek in, push the chin forward. Well, let's do this first, and then we can pull the chin out, and then probably do this. You still want the crooked mouth, so probably do that. Give her some eyelashes because anime girls, and probably fix their nose a little bit to make her even more anime. And then see, so like at the beginning it looked like a goofy emoji, but then we can use that as the building block to go here. And if I were to continue going off of this, the cheeks like that, this cheek should like this, go down here, let's sharpen the jawline just a little bit. I mean sharpen the chin. And then, let's see. So probably put some more makeup on where we have the chin, so just follow the chin for the blushes. I mean the cheek, not the chin. And put some hair on her forehead, some basic bangs. And then let's do a ponytail, why not? Because that's easier. So yeah, we got face, got a head. So basically that's gesture. His face looking a little too boyish, so I'm gonna try to make her a little more anime waifu based, like by increasing the bangs. And probably even give her like show her a little forehead, why not? Yeah, no worries, man. It's a good skill to have. Being able to reduce everything to very quick sketches. Insanely valuable in animation, actually, to get the ideas out quickly. So yeah, there you go. That looks more anime, I think. Let's give her some more bangs where it doesn't feel it. Yeah, why not? Let's do that. That's what I think right now. Yeah. So now let's do that. Signature anime eye highlights. Boom. And that might be too big of highlights. So how about only that big? And clean everything up. Oops. Couple more touches here and there. These eyes aren't lining up. So I'm gonna do that. Free transform. Tools right here to help us. And let's push our nose down a little bit. There we go. Anything's been looking goofy. Oh, so okay, so that was the face. Now let's talk about. Okay, this model has her bikini on, so I think it should be safe to show it on stream. Here you go. So for a gesture, right? I would probably do like this, 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 that. Quite a crazy pose we got, so a lot of flows in. So yeah, this would be my gesture. So let's just make a copy of that. So, and then I just continue building on top of this. So say her face is kind of oriented like that. Her torso is twisting to the side. So first it's divided in half first, and then you place the center line right there. And then, you know, like you can place their shoulder, you can place in the rib cage, right? And then I can place in the pelvis, and then, you know, put some separation lines in there, like this, twisting it this way, placing the pecs in there. The other shoulder doesn't go out quite as much, so, you know, again, like, it's just gesture, so nothing needs to be too accurate or like too solid. This is how we can practice our like fluidity, flexibility during drawing. So yeah. So I just stopped the timer too, just to show like what it can look like. So yeah, like slap that in there. So it's a constant play of what you see versus what you know. So anatomy knowledge would definitely help in placing down some of these shapes, but again, it's not that important. Most of the time it's just more about being able to communicate like what we're looking at, and if you do that, then if you're successfully doing that, then the anatomy is really just like a plus, but it's not really needed. Yeah, let's do that, let's do this, and let's put in the swimsuit. Rib cage, belly, that, and she has a very simplified face already, so I'm just gonna do that. And then side the hair. Eyebrows right in there. And then this collarbones lining up with the center of the torso. And then yeah, like we just keep adding stuff from there. The more time we have, the more detail and anatomy and structure we can add. But yeah, like the most important thing at the start was this, right? Like it gives us the flow, and we can just keep basing on new placements of structures and lines on top of this flow that we had at the beginning, and then, you know, take some things out. Like I said, again, let me put this guy on top to demonstrate it again. As you can see, right, like not a lot of things line up with between the blue and the black, right? Like there's like this thigh that is lining up. Other than that, not really anything else. This, right? I only kept this line for the thigh, right? Even this line is not the thigh shape, the ending thigh shape that we had. Not even this ball, this pelvis ball was kept in the end, right? The end looked like this, right? And not just a ball. And then even with the shoulder line here, you know, like in the end we have more like almost that shape, but not quite. And you know, with this flow of the arm, you know, the blue lines are showing this instead. And then even with the torso here, right, because I saw this line of action, this flow, but still, I still chose to make this stylistic choice of giving it like a sharp fold. So yeah, that's basically, yeah, what you said, basically. And you know, for example, let's do one more example. Playing that. If we were to animate using gestures like that, right? So, for example, a dude jumping, and so then he'd be like resting, like this. Let's make sure the proportions are okay. And since he's jumping, I'm putting the knees here because they are the relevant joints. So jumping would just be resting, squatting, jumping, squatting, resting, right? So this would be the basic gesture, and then maybe I can go a little bit more crazy on the next gesture like this. Probably the craziest squat we've ever seen. And then probably jumping like this. And then just repeat the squat and the rest like that. So with the same principle, having this gesture right here, we can like start building the character on top of them, and like slap the model on there, and it's just easy from there. So the only important thing is that we have to really make the gesture tell the audience what the pose is doing, and that if we nail the gesture, everything else is just gonna be nice. So this pose might not be too good for jumping, so probably how about we extend the like this, like yeah, right, like put your hands in the air type thing, and then like it can swing forward, right, from like this. So yeah, this is the gesture thing. That's why I drill these every day. Good job. But yeah, thank you. Glad I could provide some helpful information. Let's see how long we've been streaming for. 120. God damn. Okay, let's do 5 of 2 minutes. And then we can call it a day. And now we will be doing... Oh yeah, that's nice, man. Hell yeah. That's what's up. No problem. Now we're gonna go ahead and do gestures, or like quick sketches, because they're gonna be like 2 minutes, but I'm gonna be using the pretty girls from the internet instead of models, photo references for gestures. So yeah, let's take a look at them. Let's see. It's been quite some time since I've used these images to train, so it'll be a pleasant surprise if I do them nicely. And for these photo references, I definitely cannot risk showing them on stream. They are so provocative. So hopefully I won't alt tab and kind of show it in the thumbnail. Oh, crazy expression. Okay, that's time for the first one. Okay, this one is a little more tame, thank God. Switch this. Yikes. Hit the skirt in there. Shorts. So there's two. No, this one's just a portrait. That's better. Bangs. That. Just keep going. She's holding back the flower, which is just going to do this. And what's the cute face? Let's touch it with something. Alright, we have a Discord server. Not currently, no. Like, I don't have my own community yet, just because, you know, I don't see anyone, you know, like asking for one. I guess you can just show it to me on Instagram or X, then I'll look at it later. yeah, man. I mean, I'm still relatively nameless right now. Irrelevant. Boys got no motion. So, anyone's that anyone's that reaching out to me right now for tips. I usually get to them when I have spare time. I feel like I appreciate everyone like trusting me enough to ask me for advice. So it feels nice. But still, like hopefully, you know, like their dreams that one day not being able to respond to everyone. Okay, that's been 4. Let's do the last one. Call it. Okay, I think this one's this. Let's get out of the way. Here. And that's that. Well, it's been a good stream. I'm gonna probably go have my morning workout now and then get to my studio work. Thank you for tuning in. Of course, man. Like, you know, we'll all get there someday. We just gotta keep grinding. That's the name of the game. Yeah. Okay, that's good enough. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in. It's been nice. See y'all tomorrow. Yeah. Let's hit stop.